Hey guys, what's up? It's Dan here. Welcome to a tutorial video. It's been quite some time since I've done a tutorial video, but I've been getting a lot of requests lately to, well, not necessarily recently, but over the past, I don't know, few months, even years, people ask me one question. How do you make your videos, and what is your process? What do you do? What equipment do you use? That sort of thing. Well, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys my equipment, how I record, how I do my commentary, how I edit them, my render settings. All that will be answered in this tutorial. Now, the first question I get, usually the most common question, is what device do you use to record? Now, a lot of people are mistaken, and they think I record the screen. Now, let me tell you guys, it is impossible to get the quality I have with recording the screen. It's impossible. It can't be done. However, there are products that you can buy, a few devices that you can buy that will give you direct recording. Now, the thing is, when you do direct recording, there's a bit more editing, there's a bit more time involved. So if you have the time and the commitment to make these videos, I do recommend going with these devices, the direct recording, because then people want to see the good quality. They want professional sounding things. They don't want to get some crappy fuzzy TV screen with, that's too bright or whatever. What they see is what you see, except better. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, we'll start off with the device I use. It's actually a very common recording device. It's kind of hidden down here. I got a bunch of Blu-rays and movies in the way. But hidden back here this is what I use to record. This is called the Hauppauge HD PVR. It's this, I believe, I can't remember how long it's been out for, but it became very popular in 2009 when YouTube allowed HD videos to, for people to upload videos in HD. So therefore, it was the only thing on the market that would give you HD quality. Now, this is an option now. Everyone would be like, oh man, I want to save up to get an HD PVR, because these cost you about $200 to $250, depending where you live, depending where you buy it from. It should be no more than $250, but depending on the model you get. The model I have is the model 1219, 1219. I believe the best model of PVR is 1212, but I could be mistaken. But that's what I use. Now, like I said, that's about $200 to $250. Now, there is actually a brand new, this is maybe, I don't know, a month or two old, brand new recording device that I saw on an ad of mine that was posted on one of my videos. And it is called the Roxio Game Capture. Roxio has created a device. They realized how popular recording games is. And Roxio came out with a capture card, so to speak. Except it's like my PVR, except it's devoted to this. Because I don't use that PVR for anything else other than recording my gameplay. So as you can see, this is new. I'm actually thinking of looking into this, because not only does it come with the equipment, the software that you need, it actually comes with a program that allows you to edit the videos that you post. Now, I don't know if it would give me the detail and the editing effects that I need, but I think it might be something worth checking out, because as you can see, it's $100. That's a pretty good deal. Now, as you can see, the box isn't very large. I don't know too much about it. I'm thinking about upgrading. I don't even know if this is considered an upgrade, but things happen with my PVR where I'll be recording and then the recording would skip, and I have to backtrack by seeing where the commentary went out of sync, cut that whole section from where it started skipping to where to where it picked up again, and cut that, and then people lose part of the video. That's a problem that I really hate to have on there. But as you can see, I think this thing might be good for that, but it's hard to say. It's all HD. I don't know what is really required. High speed, blah blah blah, same thing. Component. Everyone needs a component cable for these. Output, blah blah blah. I don't know, it's something I might look into, but for now I'm using my Hauppauge HD PVR. This is something you can use too. I don't know too much about it. I'm still looking into it myself. But I do use the Hauppauge HD PVR. And how it works, here I'll go around back here and I'll show you. Right now, before I go back here, right now you can see I have my PS3 on. And it is hooked up to the PVR. Because my most recent game, I was playing on the PS3. But down here, we'll go back here real quick. Here's to the back of the PVR. Now here we go. These white cables here. This comes with the PVR, and those just go directly into your TV, directly. Now, if you can see this, if you guys have one and you don't know how to set this up, well, I'll help you with this video. Now, on top is where you want to put this in, the video out. And on the bottom, you'll have your component cables. I hope you can see that all right. The component cables for whatever device you're using. In this case, here's the PS3 component cables. And also I have my 360 component cables when I'm running to record on the 360. I just have them here for when I want to switch them out. Because I just pull them out and push the other ones back in, and we're good to go. You can also have optical audio if you do want to. The optical audio quality is much better than a component audio for sure. But I have not yet done that. I get to try it. Maybe if I get an optical audio card, the audio would sound a lot better. It's worth a try, I don't know. But honestly, these PVRs are so easy to set up. You have no trouble really, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But if you do want this, the HD PVR, it does give you HD. It can record up to 1080i. However, I usually record in 720p because 1080i looks about the same anyway, and YouTube and video games can only really handle 720p anyway, so it's not that much of a big of a deal. So what happens? There's a cool little feature I do like about the Hauppauge HD PVR. Now another big problem that people have with the PVRs is if they're doing commentary, they can't seem to sync up their commentary correctly. Well, I've discovered over however many, I've been doing this for about a year and a half, I'd say, because I started in January. I did this for about a year and a half, and over that time you realize little tricks, you realize flaws in the PVR that help you work around it, or ways to get the best footage, things like that. And I've discovered a few tricks, and I am more than happy to release that to you guys for sure. Now, first things first. As you can see, it's really simple to use the PVR. You'll have a USB in the back, and it goes directly into your PC. And I'll show you really quick what software does come with the PVR when you purchase it. It's called Total Media Extreme. It's a very generic one. It's for Windows, but you can use this on a Mac. I can't remember the best Mac recording software, but it works just with the PVR, so you don't have to worry if you have a Mac. You can still use it. I'll have to get that name for you. As you can see, it takes a few seconds to load up your PVR, but there's what you're seeing on the screen. And there's, the regular TV. Now, these are the settings I like to use. Here we go. This is, as you can see, there's only one device. The video input, this is what you're using for video. So what that is right here. Sorry, I'll zoom in. I'm being stupid here. That's your component. And S-video and composite video. S-video is better than composite, but they're still just standard definition. So you got a component up here, and that's what you want. So you shouldn't mess around with that. Audio input is... It varies on what you use. RCA back, that's your audio cables. That's pretty basic, I wouldn't worry about it. Channel mode, honestly, I don't see the point in this right now, unless the people at home have a surround sound and they're gonna set up their surround sound to watch YouTube videos. Then it'll work, but the files will be way bigger, and it just isn't worth your time at the moment. So I usually just do stereo sound. And if you open up device settings, everything is pretty much, this is just how everything's going to look. I can dumb down the brightness a bit, but it's good to have the brightness a little higher on the recording because people, it's harder to see things you want to make sure people can see it and they don't have to worry about that. So pretty much everything, just leave the brightness a little higher than normal. You can mess around with it if you want. And video decoder, depending on your region, obviously I'm just going to use NTSC, that's default, signal detected, blah, blah, blah. This stuff is kind of basic, but format settings really shows you where you want your what your quality's going to be. Now, you can get a really terrible quality. Sorry, I'll zoom in there for you. A really terrible quality at 0.2 bit per second, or you can bump it up to to 13.5. Mine is at 8. That's about a little more than halfway. If you pump it up to best, yes, your everything's gonna look much better. But the problem with that is it's gonna be way too big a file, and it's gonna take even longer to edit. And as you guys know, my quality looks really good comparatively to others. So I see 8's a good point to keep your recording at. Now under constant bitrate, I believe that's all you want. I just leave it a constant. You know, analog audio. This stuff I pretty much leave. The audio, you can use the AAC audio encoder is pretty good, but I like using the AC3 as well because audio sounds fine. Now here's the thing. Right here, you guys, you see these have nothing to do with what you want to record on. Yes, they say what the best thing is, but AVC HD is just a different format. It's a TS format. And on the Xbox 360, it's an MP4. MP4 will give you problems. Trust me, it looks the best, but it will give you problems. I don't recommend using MP4. I've used it, and instead of like what the PVR would do for me very often was skip every couple minutes. So you'd have to edit it every couple minutes, and people would be missing so much footage that you'd be like, screw this. So I use click the PlayStation 3 one, even when I'm playing on Xbox 360, and that's the M2 TS. It's the best. That's pretty much MPEG 2, I believe. I can't remember, but it's the best file format that I do recommend. What I also recommend to avoid anything is turn off the hardware preview, because all this will do is give you a preview while you're recording it. And hardware acceleration, I'd leave that as well. But I like to turn this off because the screen will go black, but it is recording. Now, let's go back to what I was talking about earlier. About the commentary syncing. I'll show you my mic right here. This is my mic. It's a Audio-Technica AT2020. This one cost me, I think, about $175. I could be wrong. So far, the quality is phenomenal on it, and I do recommend you purchase this. The mic is actually not a new one. Like, I mean, yeah, it's new. This is brand new, but I'm talking about like in terms of being out on the market. I think it came out in 2009, but I don't remember. This is a good mic. It sounds good, but the thing is with these mics is if you don't have headphones, like I don't, unfortunately, I want to get a pair of wireless headphones. I end up having to do this with my TV, you guys, because the thing with these mics, I have to put my TV, that's a little low. Depending on the TV, it's usually around 10, and that's pretty quiet, but I can still hear it. And with the help of subtitles, it keeps it, I can hear it just fine as well. So that when you see me miss things that people go, oh my God, how did you miss that? Well, I probably didn't hear him say it because it's so low. Because sometimes, if it's too loud, there'll be echo from your TV's volume to your mic, and you don't want to sound that. It sounds dumb, and it just doesn't work out. And I've also got a pop filter here, pop shield, whatever you want to call it. It does really affect it, because you'll notice if you don't use one, you'll have a lot of words that you really stress, like the T's, the P's, the S's, that sort of thing. And you won't get any breathing. So if you maybe you go or something like that, you won't pick up. All you'll hear is ha, you know what I mean? So it won't be like a full sound of like a whoosh noise in your mic. It'll sound professional. It really helps. This thing was only, what was it? I think it was $20 or something. Pretty cheap, these things, depending on the brand you get. This is a Shure. That's the brand name, Shure. I hope you can see that. Well, not really, but barely. Shure pop filter. They make mics, other musical equipment, that sort of thing. But this mic is really good for me. It's been working out good so far. But before we get into anything further, I'm gonna have to split this, and I'll pick up the rest, my editing settings, the commentary, everything else in the next video. So stay tuned.